Liverpool Fan in Japan.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool Fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki Man Si. We've just seen an absolute barnstorming cracker, 3-3 in the Premier League, drawing at Newcastle away at St James's Park. Now, it's not the worst result in the world because Newcastle has always been a hard fixture. They took points off of Arsenal, they took points off of Manchester City as well. And put it in perspective, we've just come off a mental battering and physical battering against Real Madrid and Manchester City. That takes a toll on the body, on the mind, on the soul. We came away with 3 points in Champions League and 3 points in the Premier League. And at St James's Park, we turned it around as well and eventually settled for a point. Now, I'm going to go for the good, the bad, and the Luke Chadwick. So let's go into it. The good. Now, it's universally undeniable that Mo Salah is a man on a mission, a man after the most lucrative contract that he can get out of Liverpool FC. He's a man in form as well. He earned me a tasty 36 points in fantasy football as captain. Thank you very much, Mr. Salah. Yes, he has rescued our bacon again because obviously he is a man of the moment. Basically, when he gets the ball, magic happens. For the first 50, 60 minutes, he was almost anonymous. Not really anonymous, but wasn't really in the game. Not the magic Mo Salah that we come to expect. However, he turned the game on a knife edge. He gave the assist to Curtis Jones to score the equalising goal. Now, have you realised as well that under Arne Slot's reign, we have still yet to get a deficit of more than 1 goal. And when we concede a goal and go behind, we fight back. We've got that fight back ability, if that's even a word. The cojones to really strike back and get within touching distance to get all of the points. Now, Curtis Jones' shot was actually deflected, right? So great effort, but Mo Salah pulled it back and in it goes. Saying that as well, did you realise Trent Alexander-Arnold's pullback for Mo Salah as well when he swept it in with the right foot? The first cross got blocked, he retained it again, went around the outside, pulled it back, and Salah swept it into the side net. These side net shots are incredibly difficult to stop. Now, we outperformed our expected goal expectancy. I don't like that metric at all, but that shows you the difficulty of the game. Everyone was tired. Gravenberch was slightly leggy. No one played particularly well except for Mo Salah in the final moments as well. And we'll get into Darwin Núñez in a moment as well because I think he's being unfairly criticised and it was a complete team effort. This is talking about the good. And we scored 3 goals away at St James's Park. We actually got the lead and we were that close to getting away with 3 points when actually our performance didn't really merit it. Newcastle played well. They should have and probably could have scored more as well. The refereeing was absolutely atrocious. We'll get into that as well in a bit. But literally after back-to-back wins against Real Madrid and Manchester City, going to St James's Park, getting a point away is not bad. Because as I mentioned previously, we only have to equal Manchester City and Arsenal's performances for the rest of the season. When they draw, we draw. When they lose, we lose. When they win, we win as well. We only have to equal their performances to win the league. Look at the table right now. I am satisfied, absolutely satisfied with that 7-point gap to Chelsea, to Arsenal, right? And a 9-point gap to Manchester City. And look at that goal difference as well. And look at that form chart as well. This was the fixture list from hell. And we've gone through it almost unscathed. We need to get through Everton with the 3 points. The last derby at Goodison Park, the last Merseyside derby there, without injuries as well. Luckily, Sean Dyche plays a little bit cleaner than Carlo Ancelotti, who's out to get us because Endrick doing Ibu Konate, wow, incredible. But at least we had the squad to keep piling on the points. Now, sometimes as well, you can't always be ruthlessly efficient. The slot has been at the moment. The slot machine, ka-ching, just racking up the points. Sometimes football is about entertainment, and that was a cracking entertainment match. My phone was going ballistic with the Discord chats because everyone with a live chat watch along in the chat, I was enjoying keeping up. When I went for a toilet break, right? When I went for the first toilet break, we were 3-2 up. Salah just scored, and I thought that was it. But unfortunately, Schar put an end to that. The patterns of play looked pretty decent as well. We created some decent opportunities. Overall, when you're tired, when you're leggy, and at the end of a hard fixture list, I would have expected Liverpool really to make a meal of it because it's never going to be that clean. After an international break, after difficult fixtures, you can't really play on form, especially with the injuries you got, right? We're getting these points without Conor Bradley, who was more or less one of the man of matches against Real Madrid. Without Trent Alexander-Arnold fully fit, he had to come off the bench as well. We're utilising the squad, Jarrell Quansah and Joe Gomez, and we're still not losing. Losing deflates you, breaks your momentum, breaks your kind of demeanour and your attitude as well, but we're not losing, right? And we haven't lost pace on Manchester City and Arsenal because of the fact that St James's Park is known for turning up, especially against top 6 opposition. And on any given day, they can do damage with players like Isak and Anthony Gordon as well. And for the fact that Mo Salah is a man in form. Virgil van Dijk, apparently, according to Ornstein, so Orny, baby. Just digressing just a little bit, has been offered a new contract. He's saying discussions have been ongoing with Trent Alexander-Arnold and Van Dijk and Salah through intermediaries for the longest of times. Obviously, that's what happens before the contract is proposed anyway, before there's actually, a physical piece of paperwork, or e-signature these days, to put pen to paper, or e-signature once again. The actual pen to paper is actually just for show these days. They would have signed a contract a long time ago. Anyway, yeah, I digress just a little bit, but if you haven't watched my video on how contract negotiations work, it's definitely worth a watch. Check it out in the playlist. I might link it at the end of the video as well. But it's good news, and Trent Alexander-Arnold apparently is leaning towards staying at Liverpool as well, because he wants to be a future captain. We are the best team in the world on merit at the moment, top of the Champions League, top of the Premier League. Don't be deflated. There's so many more troubles and issues at other clubs than at Liverpool, right? Don't be too harsh on the team. Support the team. It's a draw at a difficult fixture. Unite together. Don't criticize individual players. Don't you dare demoralize our players on social media. They need your support to help us get through to the end of the season. What good are you doing by taking pot shots at our players and actually affecting their psyche and mentality, when actually they're giving their all on the pitch, and sometimes it just doesn't work? Not everyone can play well every single match. Even the great Thierry Henry and Ruud van Nistelrooy, out and out goal scorers, right? Manchester United against Arsenal. How many sour, dour, drab affairs, off-key performances have they turned up? And I don't want to hear that they can hit a scorcher and they have scored goals. Everyone can have off days. Isak as well is truly inconsistent. Marvelous player, great technical player, but truly inconsistent. And the difference between him and Darwin Núñez, for example, is Darwin Núñez is not our main goal scorer. Now, you point at a price tag, but if you look at the start of the season, who cares about price tag? Arne Slot has a squad and individuals to deal with. Diogo Jota has been our number 9. He is our top striker. Unfortunately, he is an injury-prone player. Unfortunate injuries as well. That rib has taken him out for a while. But note that we have Darwin Núñez off the bench, and now he's having to start and contribute for the fact that Diogo Jota is injured. So don't treat Darwin Núñez as our first choice striker, even with the price tag, or our main source of goals. It's always been Mo Salah, and the system is designed for Mo Salah to thrive and flourish. And we are top of the league because the system is working, inclusive of the players in the team. He is a sum of components. And even though Gomez and Quansah and Maka and Gravenberg, none of them had their finest games, too many people are pinpointing Darwin Núñez, and we'll come back to him in a bit as well. Unfortunately, maybe in the bad section. But in terms of good, it's a valuable point. We're top of the league. We only have to match Arsenal and Manchester City's performances. The players gave it all. They fought, hustled and bustled. Free, an energetic, high-tempo match, end-to-end. Sometimes football is about entertainment. We don't want a boring season where we slog through 1-0 Catenaccio style, Italia, 94, whatever, through, every game, and it's a bore and a drudge kind of affair. This is entertainment, and we could have won it, should have won it. Newcastle could have won it and should have won it too. So, all in all, lots of goods and positives to reflect on. And we go into the Merseyside derby, still in form, still better team than Everton, and hopefully end their era at the stadium the way we began it, by demolishing them and battering them. And continuing with the good vibes, I want to wish a very warm, happy birthday to Christine, right? My Scottish fam over there. Jamie, Christine, Frank, Susan, and anyone else I missed as well. Big up to Scotland. Yes, Ichiban. I love me some Scotland. I went to Edinburgh. Beautiful place as well. Most joyous of birthday wishes to you, and I hope you had a really, really great one. This is a great community and we share the love together. So much love to you. I'm going to enjoy a chocolatey Ghana cake on your behalf. Let's give this a go. This is a cannelli. Cannelli, that's obviously not Scottish. That's Italian or something, right? But Ghana chocolate cannelli. First time I saw it in 7-Eleven. Let's have a go. Oh God, that's moist. So good. Happy birthday, Christine. And a big warm welcome to Dilip Vasudevan, who joined us as the newest Liverpool fan in Japan member. Enjoy all the exclusive content, my man. Top lad. I would have loved to see Wataru Endo play as well. He's a closer, a game closer, and for the physical duels in the middles as well, alongside Gravenberg, alongside Maka, alongside Sobosai, he has something to offer as shown last season as well. But Arne Slot, for whatever reason, has shown favoritism to the players that have gotten this far so far, and who can blame him? He has his own ideal vision of how he wants the team to act on any given day against a particular opponent, and there we go. We're still top of the table. Okay, so that's the good. What about the bad? The bad. Now, every match ebb and flows as peaks and troughs, and in the narrative of the game where there's a good, there must be a bad, and in a 3-3 draw where we were ahead, there's definitely some bads to talk about. So, Queeve Kelleher's decision not to catch the ball at the end of the game, but 50-50 blame between him and Trent Alexander-Arnold, who once again didn't cover Schar on the back post. You slide across there, you have that anticipation, that last game mentality to hold out. You kind of need the Carragher, the Jamie Carragher essence. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Carragher as a technical player. He's a leader and he's committed. He probably is switched on there, but not everyone has the defensive intelligence all the time to know that every single fresh twitchy. And once again, we got done in at the back post, tight angle. The goal was scored. Obviously, Queeve should have punched it, caught it, done anything, even communication. That is where Alisson Becker, world #1, probably makes the save houses. Although Alisson makes mistakes as well. Yeah, unfortunately, he will learn from that. However, saying that, no slight on Queeve's name. He has rescued us. He stood up to be counted. He has magnificent form. He saved excellent shots from Anthony Gordon. He saved many shots throughout the match and throughout the whole duration in goal, covering for Alisson Becker. He's not put a foot wrong. Queeve is human. He's a goalkeeper, and when the mistakes happen, especially a last-minute equaliser, things get magnified, but it's not the worst mistake in the world, and Schar still had to finish from a tight angle, and Trent also should have covered him as well. So there is that. That, unfortunately, wasn't a great highlight, but no slight on Queeve's name, and don't put any blame on him at all. Similarly, that Darwin Núñez chance, right? You'll note that Gakpo, similar angle to Schar, Gakpo could have scored himself on the angle, but he was unselfish, played it across. But if you slow down the freeze frames and where the ball bounced, right? Núñez was rampaging onto the end of the ball. It was not the easiest chance because it bounced off the floor, off the turf, and he came in and tried to stud it in with an extended leg. It was not on the floor. It was not in striking distance. He tried to make contact, completely missed contact. Now, a striker of his caliber should have put it away. I would have put it away, or I could have scuffed it or put it wide. It happens, okay? Unfortunately for Darwin Núñez, what compounds this bad performance is the fact that his link-up play was off-key. He played behind Szoboszlai. Chances broke down, counterattacks broke down because he wasn't efficient and incisive enough in his passing. Now, he has been playing good passes from deep positions in recent weeks, but game after game seems to be catching up to him as well. He could not click with the teammates. He did not gel, and a lot of promising transitions and counterattacks broke down on his foot, where it bounced off like a cannon on occasion. That's what you get with Darwin Núñez. But I want to reiterate, okay, a few things about Darwin Núñez. He is not our first choice striker. Diogo Jota is, as proven by Arne Slot's team selection at the start of the season. For so long, we wanted talent behind the first lineup to bring off the bench and for options as well. And we have that in Cody Gakpo for Lucho Diaz and Darwin Núñez for Diogo Jota as well. Darwin Núñez has contributed to some of the greatest victories in recent memory. He may not be scoring, but he can be compared to Dirk Kuyt, because Dirk Kuyt is the foil to Fernando Torres, who is the main scorer. You set up your system for Fernando Torres to thrive, and Dirk Kuyt does the dirty defensive right wing duty and prods and pokes in the goal and on the odd occasion. When we bought Kuyt, he was thought of as a main striker, but soon you realize his work rate, his endeavor, his behavior, and what other things he contributes is invaluable. Now, Darwin Núñez is not a Dirk Kuyt, and Darwin Núñez is not a Roberto Firmino. However, he has been involved in the pressing of the opposition, his aggression. He's a team player. He's not moaning at being on the bench. He is a fantastic, one of the best second line strikers in world football. If you can ignore the price tag, we have what we have in the squad at the moment, and he's been utilised by Arne Slot in the correct way because we have got the results with him in the team, whether it's through his pressing, selfless running, connection, play, setting Salah up, making the space for the team. So many intangibles that you can't see, so you can't just say that he needs to be an out-and-out goal scorer. It doesn't matter whether he's got 2 in 9 or 11 or whatever it happens to be. We are top of the league, and he has played his part because he has played in those games as well. There is no such thing as a what if. If we had Isak, we'd won every game so far because Isak has been hot and cold and injured as well. Sure, he was bought in the same window, but for different requirements. Now, when Darwin Núñez was at Benfica and when he done us in the Champions League, everyone was like, wow, we've got this class striker. Chelsea tried to poach him. There was a unofficial, interest from Chelsea and even Manchester City and other clubs wanting to poach Darwin Núñez mid-season as well. He's still young. Believe it or not, he is younger than Trent Alexander-Arnold. So put that into perspective as well. He's 1 year younger than Trent Alexander-Arnold, right? Strikers don't often fit everything together. This is his third season at Liverpool under a new manager. Give him the benefit of the doubt. He's contributing to a title, challenging, pushing team at the moment. Top of the table, top of the Champions League, top of the Premier League as well. He is just fine. And when Diogo Jota comes back, we still have that striking complement up front and the firepower inclusive of what he offers. So don't target him. Don't ruin his mentality. You are supporters. You are Liverpool supporters. Don't take out your animosity and your anger and your frustration when really there's no right to be angry because this team are putting it week in, week out, getting on top of the table and top of the league as well, right? And Arne Slot is choosing him and you back the coach because you are not better than Arne Slot. Similarly, as much as Arne Slot has done amazingly well this season, right? Tactical genius, tactical acumen, switching at half-time, and this half-time really allowed us to get on the front foot as well. We dominated periods of the second half. That Joe Gomez, Jarrell Quansah positioning is questionable for the fact that we got dominated on the side. We had no outlet going forward, and Newcastle got in between the lines, and Anthony Gordon gets in again and again, being slipped in by Guimaraes, being slipped in by Isak as well. Quansah is a centre-back by trade, and this experiment of playing him right-back is interesting, but I'm not sure he's ready for that. Gomez is a qualified right-back. In absence of Trent Alexander-Arnold, offers defensive solidarity as well, and Quansah should be a long-term centre-back. This is almost like the Gavadio experiment from a centre-back, left-sided centre-back, into the left-back position for what he offers, but we offered nothing going forward from the right back position, and Jomez Maldini has a quality delivery from the right-hand side, and we didn't utilise it. Now, this is Arne Slot's prerogative. He's seen him in training. He's decided on his tactic. He's decided on the overall shape, and Salah on that side has got in with Szoboszlai, so that maybe he's maintained that Quansah and Gomez defensive solidarity, stay tight and defensive on that side without attacking Verve, and Szoboszlai covers and assists with Mo Salah to score the goals, which he obviously did. But for me, it didn't work, and it should have been the other way around. Jarrell Quansah this side and Joe Gomez that side. Just my thoughts. Obviously, Arne Slot chose different for this particular occasion, but that pairing did not work. And when Trent Alexander-Arnold came on, the attacking intent was there. He ran down the wing on the overlap. It was clear to see, but once again, defensively liable for the last minute conceding of the goal against Schar, even though he probably thought Kelleher has it. So give him some slack on that occasion. Now, what else went wrong? Gravenberch didn't have his authoritative dominance in terms of presence at the base and beat the man again and again. But once again, I did say in the pre-match preview that this match would be particularly hard because their midfield works, right? Tonali is a ball player. Joe Linton and Guimaraes, Tonali, Longstaff when he came on as well. These are good, technical, hard-working players. It's not an easy battle to win, and Gravenberch is being run into the ground at the moment. I really thought Wataru Endo had a role to play in closing up shop, especially when we went ahead. Slot chose not to play him, which indicates to me that Endo probably starts in the Merseyside derby, and I'll do my lineup, obviously, just prior to the weekend. Join me on the live stream, by the way. That's going to be a fun watch. But once again, point at St. James's Park is not a bad result at all. We still increase the positioning, the points tally at the top of the table, and it is lonely looking down. Show some respect because that position, that table is still delicious, absolutely delicious, and I wouldn't trade our position for anyone else. Do not be too entitled, do not be too frustrated, and obviously we were ahead, heart on the strings, heart beating. Newcastle deserved a point out of that game, and they could have got more as well for the fact that at the end of the game, they were counter-attacking on us. They had the energy, they had the legs, and the ref blew the whistle, right? And yeah, saved our bacon on that occasion. Obviously, Kelleher saved some balls, but not looking as authoritative as usual. Newcastle are a good team. We did not show our usual energy. We did not beat the press on too many occasions. So in terms of the bad, this was not the most Liverpool-like performance we've seen in the system. This was not the slot machine at full effect. And we were somewhat rescued by Mo Salah's individual brilliance as well. Definitely some bads throughout the team. Individual performances, we can't really say that everyone played particularly well. Gakpo, Lucho Diaz plugged away, but Salah was the only difference making this team. And without the signing of the contracts, VVD, Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold, it makes the fan base nervous. It might make your teammates nervous as well, unless there's conversations in the back, behind the scenes, WhatsApp or whatever, and they're talking with each other. But my predictions is Van Dijk will sign first. He'll open 2 Christmas boxes, and out pops Trent Alexander-Arnold and Mo Salah out of nowhere to say that they've signed as well. No, that would be a great Christmas present. But right, VVD will sign. I think Mo Salah is desperate to break all the metrics and break all the records as well. And the system is suited for him. And Arnold intimated in the interview he's going to be here. At least he hopes he's going to be here. Wink, wink. Wink, wink, for a long time. And Trent Alexander-Arnold apparently is not interested in talking to Real Madrid until definitively Liverpool can't offer him what he wants in terms of a contract, maybe contract length, in terms of the remuneration, the lucrative money, ka-ching, maybe image rights or whatever. His brother is representing him as his agent. Let's hope the whole Trent Alexander-Arnold family is happy with the over package that eventually gets offered. I'm confident that all 3 will sign, really. 50-50 in the balance, Trent Alexander-Arnold before, but from what Orny is saying, I think it'll be done. Now, let's talk about the Chad. We've talked about the good, the bad, and now the Luke Chadwick. So, unfortunately, this is the first time that Arne Slot has dropped points all season in the Liverpool era from a winning position, and we were helped in no part to the referee, who is the second biggest culprit in terms of fouls against Liverpool and awful performances against Liverpool, behind David Coote. Right, remember that guy? Now don't worry about the second guy, because disregard him. Look at the amount of games. Now, obviously, this could be an ongoing pattern, so keep an eye on that. But this guy is noted for giving bad decisions against Liverpool as well. And on the whole, he gave bad performances, gave bad decisions against Newcastle as well. But Anthony Gordon, right, Olympic merit diving over the feet on occasion, again and again, disrupted our momentum and won cheap free kicks. Now, he's that kind of guy like Luis Suarez. He may be a bit of a knob, but he's our knob kind of thing. So, we love to hit him. But if he were on our team, then we got to get in, son, win that free kick. Trent, hit it, top bins. Soberslai, Domi Schlobbers, top corners, that kind of thing as well. But the referee did not have a good performance, broke up our momentum, and we only saved at the end because he probably thought black and white confused. Went colourblind for a second, then blew the whistle. He's like, Liverpool on a counter-attack. No, wait a minute, that's Newcastle. Oh, that kind of thing. Yeah. Secondly, the vitriol, the absolute rage online in social media, especially on X, Twitter, and other forums as well, against Kelleher, but especially against Darwin Núñez, right? Why do you need to scapegoat our players? The whole team win together, the whole team lose together. Really, it's upsetting to see the fan base turn on players that have got us to the top of the league, on the top of the form table, on merit, with great decisions and 100% effort. Who cares about the wage package, right? Is it just envy? Is it jealousy? You need to bring wages and money into the fact that they should be doing better. They don't, owe you anything. They are doing their best in their job for the club that we love, and we should be supporting them. You can't turn around and say, oh, just because he earns so much amount, he's open to criticism. There's no world where that works at all. Literally, if you've got nothing nice to say or don't want to be supportive, then don't say anything. You can constructively criticize, but the actual personal attack and the vitriol and the absolute stump him, sell him at the first opportunity, get this player in, get that player in. Football doesn't work like that. You can't just get in a named player and have them perform on the day. It's about tactics, it's about personality, it's about personnel, it's about relationships, it's about training, it's about building those patterns of play and a relationship. And we have players to come in, for example, Chiesa, for example. And it's so good that Arne Slot is so well spoken. He said, we saw an opportunity with Mamadashvili and we took it, right? When talking about Kelleher's situation, Alisson's situation. That Alisson will come in before the end of December, for example. That we bought Chiesa for the long term. Listen to what he's saying. He's absolutely 100% spot on and right, because he's got intelligence and he sees the long-term plan for how to win trophies and build a tangible quality squad to compete on all fronts. Every team suffers injuries. When Arsenal had injuries, they lost points. When Odegaard was out in particular, they were off key and off colour and lost points. When Manchester City lose Rodri, they lose points. We are having our injury crisis at the moment. Conor Bradley and Trent out at the same time. Tsimikas, who was our best performing left back, out. Alisson Becker, the best goalkeeper in the world, out. Diogo Jota, our starting number 9. Once again, I'll say it, our starting number 9. And he's missed just as much chances as Darwin Núñez. And he couldn't connect the play as much. And he's been a bit off colour this this season as well, right? Why isn't anyone targeting him? Even though, he's like 28 years old. He hasn't been his clinical self. He hasn't connected to play so well as well. And he gets injured perennially again and again as well. If you look at Kwanzaa as the right back solution behind Conor Bradley and Trent Alexander-Arnold, then that means a centre-back must be coming in. Or if he's only there because of the injuries to the right back, then perhaps you need that second line behind him as well. But our squad is coping, and you don't look any further than Joe Gomez, who is a title-winning centre-back pairing to cover the line and reliable. But once again, remember that every player has muscle memory. You need a continuous run of games, match fitness. Match fitness is different than physical fitness and cardiovascular fitness to get that consistent form, to get that match practice, to shake off the rustiness. And Gomez and Kwanzaa are coming in out of the blue. They have not had that sustained run of fixtures, especially as a pairing on that right side. Ibu Konate is a massive miss. Konate with Gomez on the right or Konate with Kwanzaa on the right is different. Kwanzaa with Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right is different. Even though he's young, he's actually vice-captain Trent Alexander-Arnold and can walk Kwanzaa through the game. So put some respect on the name. Even though Kwanzaa and Gomez were liable in this particular match, half of it is down to the tactics, half of it is down to choice, part of it is down to match fitness as well, right? So the vitriol and hatred towards some of my players. Some people are even saying Kwanzaa's not good enough. Sell Kwanzaa. How many times have I heard before, oh, Gravenberch is not good enough. Tsimikas, sell Tsimikas. What he's even doing there. Gomez is not up to standard. Sell him. You're so quick to sell a whole squad, and this is the squad that's got us top of the table. It's not a first 11 game, it's a squad game. Roy Keane said as well, you need those players behind the first team to push you on to win major trophies, because when one of your first teamers are out, they plug in the gap and do their job. For Manchester United, you got your Nicky Butt, you got your Darren Fletcher, your Park Ji-sung, right? All these players contribute to a title winning squad because they are the ones that plug in with the effort to make the team work as a whole to facilitate the game winning players. And Mo Salah is our game winning player, and we've been facilitating him week in, week out, which is why I'm so confident that he'll re-sign a contract and that Liverpool value him and will offer him something that there will be a compromise that, we can get it through as well. But the absolute Luke Chadwick of the situation is the fan base, the furore online. It's made you blind, red, rage, roided machine. Why? A point in Newcastle is not the end of the world. It's pretty good. Are you only frustrated because of a mistake at the end from the goalkeeper and Trent not covering the back post? That we were ahead at St. James's Park? That we didn't batter Newcastle on the back of two exerting efforts against Real Madrid and Manchester City? There's no real reason to be emotional or angry. It is an emotional game, but think about it holistically and logically. We are well positioned, and if we batter Everton, we are gold and good again. I've heard such things as Nunes absolutely has to bag one against Everton or he's finished. Why? If we beat Everton, get 3 points, that's all that matters. Why are you isolating an individual? It's a team game. Football has always been a team game, right? And we've got the best coach on form in this era. He conceded 0 goals against Xabi Alonso, Carlo Ancelotti, Pep Guardiola. Put some respect on his name and trust his choice and decision making, right? Hopefully, he will utilize the squad effectively against Everton because, my goodness, some of these players look a little bit leggy and will need that break. But December has always been touchy-feely in terms of, starting to feel the exertions and exhaustion from the early efforts as well. So have some composure, zen, relax, trust in the boys, trust in Arne Slot. Up the shiny one. We got a point. 3-3. And enjoy the season because we're having a really, really good season. Man City are not out of the woodworks yet. Tottenham are inconsistent. Manchester United discovered how hard it is to really rebuild a dynasty. Amorim is not a quick fix as well. Arsenal are still flaky. They do not have the firepower, I believe, to really, really have sustained run. Next to away fixtures, right? Fulham away and Crystal Palace away for Man City and Arsenal. Potential banana skins to drop points as well. We have a good run against Everton. We've got good squad. We've got January to fix any glaring gaps. Players will be coming back sooner than later. Chiesa is in training. Trent Alexander-Arnold's working his way back to 100% fitness at the right back position. We know his quality. Van Dijk is standing up to be counted. Opposition are scoring wonder goals. You can never stop them on any occasion. Isak scored it. Callum Hudson-Odoi scored it. Anthony Gordon wriggled one through Kelleher. Schar scored from a very, very tight angle. These are not game plays that decimate us. These are opportunistic 50-50s with a touch of quality and a touch of luck that are getting through. Arne Slot is relaxed and composed, and our position is enviable. So, guys, relax. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much. Smash a like. Let me know your comments below. Are you still frustrated? Put your anger and thoughts in the comments below and let me relieve them for you with a reply, because I reply to every single comment myself personally. That's what I do, because this is a channel of substance in abundance.
The cream of the crop!
The likes and interaction really help me beat the YouTube algorithm as well. Thank you so much, Will, for always sharing my videos. Really appreciate that. I appreciate all of you. This channel is a channel of substance and abundance, and you guys are Ichiban. It means the best. You guys are the best international community by far. You know it. I know it. Everyone's super kind and reasonable here. Let's get over that draw. It's not a loss. We're still on form. We're still the form team. On to Everton on the weekend, where I will be live streaming as well. The best way to support this channel is with YouTube membership. It's like £2.50 a month, whatever. Cheaper than a cheeky cheeseburger at Mackie D's, and it helps me get that triple cheeseburgers, and I love my burgers, man. There's one called Boogie's Burger in Miyazaki, Japan. I love that Boogie's Burger, but I need a few more members to afford it regularly. And as a member as well, you get exclusive content. Mamacita Mami Miyazaki Mama Mai, my missus, translate the Wataru Endo's vlog and book. I'm actually going to translate his latest article for you guys this week, and the latest chapter as well, and my thoughts on Arsenal Fan TV coming up next. Thank you so much for being part of the greatest community. Much love, Daisuki. Aishiteru, everyone. Also, Ato Mushroom Boy was so delighted with all your comments, wishing him happy birthday. Elusive Glue Jeff, thank you so much for the 10 quid birthday donation. It means the world to us as well. I treated him to a lovely Tommy car and Shinkansen bullet train monorail set. That was really kind of you. Exclusive content in the member section, such as my thoughts on the Silla football, Red Men TV, Mark Goldbridge, and Wataru Endo's vlog translation books as well. So until next time, join me on the live watch along. It's going to be a great one. I'm back in action, early kickoff. Until next time, Janet, peace.
Liverpool fan in Japan.